These climatic variabilities show close correlation between crop yields. And from these results, we made a chronology. This shows the loss in rice production and its causes. So the right figure shows the loss of production was observed. And to make the chronology from this result, we could get this result. So in Q1, the loss in production was mainly caused by rainfall, and it was seen in 1996, 2000, 2008. And in Q2, the drought was main cause, and was seen in 1998 and 2003. And Q4 was caused mainly by typhoons, and seen in these 3 years. So we move to next question. Was this losses caused by yield or area harvested? At first we see the irrigated areas. So left one is the anomaly in yield, and right one is anomaly in area harvested. Here we focus on 2 things. It's typhoons and droughts. For typhoon years, it's circled with this black circle. In typhoon years, the loss in yield was similar to the loss in area harvested. But for droughts, the loss in yield was smaller than that in area harvested. And also the comparison between loss and drought. Loss in droughts and typhoons, we can see that the loss of droughts was smaller than that of typhoons. So next slide is with rain-fed area. So here we can also see the similar trends with irrigated areas. So typhoons, the loss of typhoons, the magnitude of loss in yields was similar to that of rain area harvested. But for droughts, the yield loss was smaller than that in area harvested. And also the comparison between droughts and typhoons, we can get the results that in yield, the loss by droughts was smaller than that by typhoons. But for area harvested, the loss by droughts were bigger than that of typhoons. So from these results, we make a small result for rice. At first, from comparison between yield and area harvested. First, for droughts, the loss in yield is smaller than area harvested. So it might be possible that farmers decrease the planting area and concentrate the water use in some area to keep certain amount of yields. But for typhoons, the magnitude of loss is similar for yield and area harvested. So from comparison between irrigated area and rain-fed area, we can say that for droughts, the loss is larger in rain-fed area. But for typhoons, the magnitude of loss is similar for both areas. And from the comparison between droughts and typhoons, we can say 2 points here. First one is that the damage of typhoons is larger than droughts in irrigated area. But in this Biko region, more than 70% of land use is irrigated area, and the production in Q2 in rain-fed area is quite small. So therefore, for the adaptation options, maybe the first priority is that introducing better drainage systems and also water torrent variabilities could decrease the loss in production. And for second one is investing in irrigation system for currently rain-fed area could also decrease loss in production. So next we move to corn. So this is the actual trend and anomaly for corn production. For corn production, production in quarter 2 and 3, which is more in dry season, is larger than quarter 1 and 4. But as a production of corn is much smaller than rice, and it's only 1/3 of rice production. And but here, years of loss are similar to those of rice. And next, we see the yield and area harvested of anomalies. So we can also see here the similar trend as rice, but the one point was different from rice, which was the loss in area harvested in quarter 1 was seen in 2007, and which was maybe caused by the typhoon in 2006. And as a whole, correlations between corn production and climatic factors are lower than that of rice. So maybe other factors than climate is larger, such as changes in varieties or technical progress is larger than that of climate. Next, we see the third crop, coconuts. This is the trend of yield in coconuts and anomaly. Here we define the yield of coconuts, the production ton per trees. So one characteristic of coconuts is that coconuts are harvested through the year. It means that 12 months is necessary for one coconut to be matured. Therefore, after large typhoons, harvest decreases in the following year. For example, the large loss was seen in 1996, 99, and 2007, and this was maybe caused by the typhoons in 1995, 98, and 2006. And from these 3 crops, we made this chronology list. So for rice and corn, the year of loss and its causes are quite similar. And for coconuts, the loss was caused by wind the year before. So next, we see the more damaging climatic factors and tried to analyze with multiple regressions. Here, this is the result for rice. So blue part shows that total rainfall affected negatively to yield and area harvested. So this means that excessive rainfall decreases rice production. The red part, on the other hand, shows that total rainfall has a positive effect on rice yields and area harvested. So this means that drought have a negative effect on these terms. So for corns, it was similar, but the different point is that in quarter 3 also, the total rainfall have a negative effect on both yields and rice area harvested. So from these results, we see the effect of droughts and typhoons and adaptation options. At first, we see on rice. So until now, many past studies pointed out that negative effects of drought in the Philippines. And therefore, a general perception in this region was that drought impacts tend to have larger effects. But in this study, we found that excessive water, which was caused mainly by typhoon, is a larger problem in this area. Therefore, improving drainage systems and introducing water-tolerant varieties could decrease yield losses. And for corn, corn was more sensitive to droughts than rice. Therefore, strengthening irrigation system may be effective. And for coconuts, the typhoons cause large production losses in coconuts. Therefore, diversification, such as growing other crops in addition to coconuts, may be more important to safeguard against extreme weather events than rice and corn harvest, because coconuts could be harvested only once in a year. So next, we see these droughts and typhoons in relation to climate change and adaptation options. At the beginning of this presentation, we said that drought was caused more in El Niño years, and severe typhoons is caused more in La Niña years. So we combine these El Niño years and La Niña years with this chronology. The red boxes shows the El Niño years, and blue boxes shows La Niña years. So to combine these two events, this list shows the close relationship between droughts and El Niño years, and also the loss of typhoons and La Niña years. Of course, with exceptions. But future trend of frequency of El Niño is not well known. Therefore, it's safe to assume that it continues to happen every few years. Therefore, strengthening irrigation system may be effective in this region. And for La Niña also, future trend is not well known. So globally speaking, it is said that average intensity of typhoons will be getting greater. But the global mean trend may not necessarily to apply to Biko region, this region, but still it's better to strengthen the countermeasure for the typhoons. Therefore, training system could decrease yield losses. And moreover, El Niño and La Niña episodes can be forecasted months in advance. Therefore, farmers can take caution according to the forecast. So for further research needs, more data are preferable, both climatic and agricultural data. Because climatic conditions differ also in smaller scale than in this study dealt with, like data at provinces or smaller scale is preferred. And to detect the trend of climate change, longer term observation such as 30 years or longer is necessary. And local crop calendars could be useful to assess the period of critical damage on crop and to suggest a shift in the calendar for adaptation. And second point is that more farmer-oriented impact analysis should be done to better understanding of farmers' current combination of planting crops, how they adapted or they didn't adapt to the large losses, will help to suggest more effective adaptation strategies. But until now, with totally freely available data, we could do this research. So this was. Thank you for listening.